Yes, in this class we are going to see the audio play, right? In the previous class we just see play path, right? In this class we will see how to play from the position, right? So to do that we have to take some component called UI slider, right? Go to the interface builder file and now see, take that UI slider, right? UI slider. Now keep this here over here, right? So now move it like this, right? So go to here where this horizontally center and give some space between this, right? Editor pin vertical spacing, right? Now take it one, editor align horizontal center in container, right? So now we can mention some width for this, editor pin width, you can mention 200. So go to here, wherever the width is there, slider. So if you want to select your constraint, go to the properties of constraints here, you can change what you want it to 250, you can change it to 250, right? So now it becomes, so now it is saying there are some warnings, errors, misplaced, it is misplaced, but if you change this, update the frame, it is going to be placed exact place based on our constraint, right? So it is horizontally center and it has a width of 250, right? Now it has a distance from here to here, right? Now what we need to do, we need to get the object of slider, right? Whenever a song is started playing, we need to move this slider, right? So now what we have to do is take this object in the interface builder, take this object in the how do we get the object? Using connection, right? Go to here, select your slider, horizontal slider, go to the connection inspector, then get the new referencing outlet. What is that? New referencing outlet, drag and drop to somewhere here, right? Now give the slider object, right? Okay. Now I need to update this slider object for each and every second, to perform some task for each and every second, to update the UI for each and every second, we need to execute some method for each and every second. If you can execute some method for each and every second, we can easily update the UI. We can write the UI updation code inside of that method. To execute some method for a particular interval of time, we have a class called what? NS timer. We have a class called what? NS timer. Using NS timer, we can execute a method for particular time of intervals. For example, for each and every 1 second or for each and every 2 seconds, we can execute a method, right? First we will create a timer, then we will write a slider updation code inside of that timer method, right? So now I am going to write some function over here like start timer. What is that? Start timer, void start timer, right? So now see here, NS timer start player timer, we can make it as player timer equal to NS timer, right? Scheduled time with interval. What is that? Scheduled time with the interval, right? We have to pass 3 to 4 parameters over here, right? Now see, the parameter is what? Time interval. We can pass it to 1 second, and it is asking select target. Target is self. Selector means method name. How do we provide the method name? At the rate selector, and we have to provide the method name here. Update UI, right? And user info. I don't want to pass any user info. Repeats, yes. It has to be repeatedly called, right? So what is the meaning of this? We are telling to the NS timer object for each and every 1 second call this method using this object, right? Self means current class object. That means I am telling I am going to write this method in the current class. That's why I am giving the method name and the object, the timer, and I am telling for each and every second, please call this timer. Please call this method, right? We have to write a definition for this method somewhere here, right? Go to here, void, right? Now what I need to do here, I need to update the UI. First I will print the logs to check whether the timer is getting called or not, right? Timer method, right? Now see, so there is a method. Now I create it as a global variable so that I can access this in any method, right? So whenever player is successfully created, I'm doing what? Or if I start play, I will start timer. What is that? I will start self dot start timer. So what it will do? It will call this method, right? So now just for verification purpose, call this and test it whether this method is executing for each and every second or not, right? After that we will write some code which will update the UI slider, right? See, play. Song is, you are able to see the song, right? Now see timer is getting called for each and every second. Right? I pause it. Now if you observe here, the timer is still getting executed, right? Why? Because we did not stop the timer, right? So now write one more method, stop timer. What is that? Stop timer, right? Stop timer, right? Go to here, and here you can check if player timer is valid, then invalidate it. Player timer, call method called invalidate, then put nil object. Once you invalidate, what will happen? Timer is not going to be execute this update way method, right? It will stop executing update way method. When we need to stop here, whenever we pause, we have to stop the timer. Self dot stop timer, right? Now run and see. Start play. So now you can observe here. So the player timer is getting executed. Now I stop it here. So in this case the timer is not executing. That's why we are not able to see the logs, correct? Now I need to write some code which will update on the UI, right? So which code I need to write? If you observe in the UI, we have a slider. For if you start playing, this slider has to be moved for each and every second, right? If I stop play, then it has to stop updating, right? So slider has three values. One is current value, one is the minimum value, one more is maximum value, right? So if I provide the slider object duration of the song as a maximum value and minimum value as a 0, then it automatically updates that self slider object minimum value. What is the what? Minimum value. Minimum value is 0. If the player is successfully created, provide the configuration for slider object. Slider object maximum value is player duration, right? So minimum value is 0 and maximum value is player duration. Now in this method what I will do, I will set the current value, self dot slider object dot value equal to what? AV player dot current playing time, right? So what it will do, whenever you start the player, you are calling start timer, then this method gets executed, right? Now we are assigning the slider value AV player current time to the slider value. It automatically updates, right? So what we have done, we mentioned the minimum value as 0, maximum value is what? AV player duration will be in the seconds, right? So for each and every second, we are setting the player current value to the slider value so that it automatically updates, right? So play. So this is not moving, right? There is some problem. It is not moving. There is some problem. Correct? So this is getting called and the slider object minimum value is 0. Okay, here I need to provide maximum value. That is the problem. Maximum value, right? So now it will get updated. See? So now it is moving, right? Stop it. It is not moving. Again play it. Moving, right? Stop it. So now what I need to do, if I move it also, I need to play from this position. If I move it also, I need to play from this position, right? So now what we have to do is, we have to execute some method when you click on this, when you move this slider, right? First what we will do, we will execute two methods, one for touch down, one for touch up. Whenever you down the touch in the finger, we will pass the player. When you up with the finger, then we start the player, right? So that means we need to have two methods, one for touch down event, one for touch up event, right? Select this, right? Now see, touch up inside, method name is what? Slider up, slider up event, right? Take that slider up event and sender you can make what? Sender is needed, and the class name you can change it to UI slider, right? Type is UI slider. Same way, one more method, touch down method, right? Whenever you down, this method gets executed, right? Slider down, slider touch down, and the type is parameter is UI slider connected. So what does it mean? Whenever you click on that slider, first which method gets executed? Slider down is going to be executed, right? After, once you up your finger from the slider up is going to be executed. So if the slider is down, what we have to do, we have to check the method, right? We have to check the player is playing, then pass it, right? So now what I will write, this code I will write in some method, right? So go here, right? Play song. Method name is what? Play song, right? One more is what? Pass song. Pass song. Correct? Now, so you go to here, copy this code, we go to here, copy this code. There are some errors, we will fix them. Now instead of writing this code here, now call this self dot play song. So here self dot pass song. So now see the error. It is saying who is the sender. Sender is what? Play button object, right? So now I need to access the play button object inside of this method. How do I can access? I need to write again IB outlet. I need to go for connections, main storyboard, play button, click play button, go to the assistant editor, get the player object. Here we can change the datum. So now select this play button, go to the connection inspector, To access the object, we need to go for new referencing outlet, right? Come to here in somewhere in the private interface, right? Drag and drop anywhere or else outside also. Cancel it. New referencing outlet outside of this, right? So what is that? Play button, right? Now you use this play button in that method so that there are no errors, right? There are some errors. Come to here, instead of sender we have to use this method. Use this object self dot what play button, right? Play button. Spelling mistake is there, you take that same thing, right? Dot. Now see, whenever I down the slider I need to pass it. Self dot what pass. Sorry, pass. Whenever I up, I need to do what? Play. Play song, right? Before play the song, I need to change the player current position. Before playing the song, what I need to change the player current position. How do I can change the player current position? So slider value I need to give what? Player value. AV player dot current time equal to sender dot value, right? So that means slider value I am going to current play, then I start playing, right? Go to here and test it. It is playing. Now I move this. It is pass, right? Now I up my finger. It is playing from this position. Correct? Correct? Right? Up my finger. Pass this, right? Even you pass it start, right? So now what I need to do here, now if you observe, I need to print how much it is played and how much it is pending, right? So to do that I have to update two labels. One is left side, one more is right side, right? So go to the main storyboard file, drag and drop two labels. Drag and drop what? Two labels, correct? Now slider UI label, take it here somewhere. One more thing, take it here somewhere, right? Now I need to align this, right? I can give it a name. So go to here, give some Xcode label name so that you will easily understand. If I have two same names, I will confuse what is left and right. Left label or left, okay, left label, right? This one is what? Right label. Now use the constraint, right? Select this left label, go to the horizontal, editor, align left edges. I am saying the left edges should be same, right? Same we go to write this at right label, select this, editor, align right edges, right? I am saying right edges should be aligned, right? Now it is saying some errors. Whenever right mark is there, errors. It is saying it does not know the Y position of what? Y position of what? Label, left label and right label, right? So whether we have to give the Y position or we need to give what? Height of the label. That will fix this error, right? So now select this, editor, pin, equal heights, then set the height for one label, then it will work. Pin height. So if you want go for this properties, you can change it to 30 also, right? Now again see, it has this much height and provide the gap between those two. so that it will start it from. It is unable to find where it has to, whether it has to start from here, right? If you provide the gap between these two, then it will know where it has to start, right? Go here, left, here, editor, pin, vertical spacing, right? Now select this right label and left label, editor, pin, align bottom edges. That means this label should be at the same level, right? I set the gap to here, and for this I mentioned this bottom and this bottom should be equal. Then I don't need to mention what gap between this, right? This is to align the constant. Now go to misplaced constant, just update the frames, select update frames, it will fix your constant, right? That is enough. Now I need to access this label object in my view controller, right? Then only I can put some data over here, right? To do that, go to assistant editor, have a IB outlets, right? So come to here, go to connections, then keep left label, new referencing outlet. What is that? Left label, right? One more thing is what? Right label, new referencing outlet, right label, right? Now go to the project. In the timer update method, while updating the slider, update these labels also. Self data, left label data, text is equal to, we can say self AV audio player dot current time, right? After that we can say, right? So now I need to make it as a string, right? NS string, left to string, left to. So what is this? From the minutes I need to make it a string. How do we convert the integer values in the string? Using NS string with format, right? So percentage F, comma, self data, current time, sorry, AV player dot current time, right? Now put this left string to the left label, right? Now same way we have to do what? NS string star right string equal to what? NS string with format. Now go here and percentage of, what we have to do? We have to do remaining time, right? This here we need to display remaining time. Player duration minus current time will give what? Remaining time. AV player dot duration minus AV player dot current time will give what? Duration. Now put this string to what? Left dot right label dot text equal to right text, right str. Now print this. So play this, playing, right? Pause it, it is stop. Again go here and start play. Pause it, come back, start play it. Right? Now we have to round it to this seconds to 2 decimal points only, right? How do we that? Come to here, mention something like 0 to dot 2f, something like this, just for test it. I don't know. See, go here and check it. No, change it. So this is not the correct format. Maybe I can use, how can percentage of something like this. Just for testing, I'm just trying many things. What it is saying? Okay, it is not able to find. Or just give 2f. Don't give this. Now it is giving wrong, right? So there is some format we can search in the net, it will give, right? Go to internet, search how to round off 2 decimal points. Search it. You will easily get. No, not like this. Go here. No, it is not like round off. So I can say format specifier for format specifier in C to display 2 decimal points, 2 decimal points. See, you can easily find it. Percentage to f. These people are saying percentage to f, and here it is somebody is saying dot to f. See, dot to f, like this. Then it will work. Go to our project. So what we do, we have to start percentage first, then dot. Now see, run and see. See, for this one we are getting 2 only, right? So same way if you give it here, then it will work. Percentage dot, right? Then see. Right? Right. So for example, if you want to mention, presently I am displaying all the data in the form of seconds, right? If you want to, you can go for displaying the minutes and seconds. We need to write some divided by 60 and take that coefficient, and we need to manipulate something like that. Is the task for you. I don't want to display here all in the form of seconds. Minutes colon seconds, minutes colon seconds. I need to display here and here. You have to change. You have to think and we have to work out it, right? So now if you see here, if you want to change your this UI, like if you want to add the image to the left bar, we can add the image. If you want to add the image to the right bar, we can add the image. This is called thumb. You can add the thumb image. That means you need to get 3 images. Okay, one is left image, then minimum track image, maximum track image, and thumb image, so that you can make it as you want it, right? So based on the UI, you need to take the images from your UI designer and you have to apply the images to this slider so that it looks as player, right? Here also you can go for play image and pass image. Instead of text, you can go for using images, right? This is the functionality. UI is up to us, up to based on your requirement. You can use any kind of images, right? So now if you see this in this project, what we understand how to use the slider. one component, UI component called slider, right? And also we understand how to use the timer. In this requirement, I use the timer to update the UI. Same way in any application, if you want to do some task for each and every 1 second or for each and every 2 seconds or any particular interval of times, for example, if you observe the quick info or quick time, the website is getting updated for each and every 2 seconds or 5 seconds, or some wicket is gone or some 6 is happened, so each and every time they are updating. So that kind of application you want to develop in the mobile, then you need to use what? NS timer to update the UI for each and every particular interval of time. So here you need to learn the concept, and we have to apply the same concept whenever the requirement comes to you, right? Here we learn how to use this timer and how to use the slider, and also how to play the song using AV audio player, right? So this is about the player. Thank you. In the next class we will discuss some other topic.